So, we're about a minute early, but there's already so many people, I figured out we can start. So today we'll be talking about your first PowerShell script and opening the door to automation. A little bit about me. I'm Jaap. I'm a PowerShell MVP. I work for an awesome company called Rubik. And today we're going to have a little bit of fun with PowerShell. Obviously, PowerShell is a very broad topic, so we won't be able to go very deep in 20 minutes, but I hope to be able to give you guys something to get started. So I'm not a very big fan of slides, so I just went for pictures today. So does anyone know which sport this is? Heard it someone there? Whoever that was, if you come on to the front afterwards, I get you a t-shirt. So this is cricket, and the reason I picked cricket is because like PowerShell, when I first heard about cricket, I thought it was very complex and I had no idea what it was about. Unlike PowerShell, I do understand PowerShell now. I still have no idea about cricket. So let's change it for you guys and hopefully send you away with a little bit of understanding about PowerShell. So first of all, what is PowerShell? Well, PowerShell has been around for quite some time now. I want to say 10 years, but I actually checked before this session. It's already almost 12 years ago since it was first released. Right now we're at PowerShell version 6.1. It's now multi-platform. That's been the biggest change recently. So you can run it on Linux, you can run it on Mac OS, you can run it on a Raspberry Pi, and it's completely open source. So for you developers out there, or just people who are very curious about what the source codes look like, you can take a look on GitHub, and it's all there. Another aspect of PowerShell that I personally find one of its strong points is the PowerShell community. So this is a picture of a bunch of PowerShell MVPs and PowerShell enthusiasts, and we all came together at the Microsoft campus. The reason I'm mentioning this is because PowerShell is such a big product, it would be impossible for anyone to understand everything about PowerShell as an automation language. So be sure to use the community, use the PowerShell gallery, go on Twitter, go on the Microsoft Tech community when you want to get more information about PowerShell. There's a lot of blog posts out there with a ton of information to help you get started. So use the PowerShell community. So do you guys want more slides? I see some people doing yes. No, we're not going to do more slides. We're going for a demo, and hopefully it will go better than this guy. All right. So first things first, when you get started with PowerShell, and you've never used PowerShell before, how can you start it? Where is it? There are PowerShell icons on my taskbar, but I had to put them there myself. So if you're on a recent Windows machine, Windows 7, Windows 8, Windows 10, all the corresponding server editions, you'll have PowerShell available. And all you need to do to get started is you type Windows key, PowerShell, and you can already see Windows PowerShell is right there. You press enter, you have PowerShell. And if we take a look here, we can see Windows PowerShell. Nowadays, it no longer displays the year in which PowerShell was released, so we can't really tell which version of PowerShell this is. So if you want to take a look at that, you can type PS version table, which stands for PowerShell version table. And if we take a look here, we can see we have PowerShell version 5.1. So this is Windows PowerShell 5.1. This is also the last version of PowerShell on Windows, but it is still getting updates, which you can see in the third number, this number, which is the build number. So there's still security fixes being pushed out for Windows PowerShell. So if you want to start PowerShell as an administrative user, because you want to do something on your own system that you can't do in a user context, you can press the Windows key, PowerShell, Control-Shift, Enter, and we can start it as an administrator, which is a bit of a hassle. So what we can also do is we can open the quick actions, which is Windows X, and I'll zoom in on that. Here we go. And we can see we have both Windows PowerShell and Windows PowerShell admin listed here. So if we want to start an administrative PowerShell session, what we can do is Windows key X, and after that we press A, and once again we have a session up and running. So then we also have the PowerShell ISE. Does anyone know what ISE stands for? I hear a lot of integrated scripting environment, which is indeed what it is. So we can start it by typing PowerShell_ISE, and here it opens up. And what you notice is that right here, we have a tab. We can enter text here. If we type here, we can do hello world, and we can type it on 2 different lines. So this is to be able to write scripts for PowerShell. It's available if you have Windows PowerShell installed. If you're running it on Windows Server, it's an optional installation, so you still have to manually install it, depending on your server version. So I just opened up a new tab. Another cool feature of this is I have terrible memory, so I never know how to exactly write my PowerShell code. I often go back to my own code to see how I did something in the past. So we have start snippets, and what we can do here is we can get ready-made pieces of code. So here, for example, we have a for loop, and I don't have to remember how to write it, because I can just start a snippet and work with it from there. So there we go. As Windows PowerShell is no longer in active development, this also means that the PowerShell integrated scripting environment is no longer in active development. So all new features in regards to PowerShell development are going to be put into VS Code, so Visual Studio Code. And I'll be using that for the rest of my demos. So let's get started. And let's start writing our first script. And as a first script, one of my hobbies is I like to take naps. But in the weekends it is. I like to take naps, and my phone was once out of battery, and I could have, of course, charged my phone, but I had my laptop on my lap, and I figured, well, maybe I can use PowerShell to wake me up in about 20 minutes, because I didn't want to waste my whole afternoon. So I started taking a look, and I found out there's a start sleep command that will pass the console for X number of seconds. So if I run this piece of code, is it big enough in the back, by the way? Can you see it? Kind of? Not really? I'll try to make it bigger. Let's see. This is about as big as I can make it. I'm sorry. So if I would execute this, it will now wait for 10 minutes. Obviously, we're not going to wait for this, but we're going to dig into what we can do with this command. And this is a functionality in PowerShell. We have a get help command, which can give us more information about whatever command we're running in PowerShell. So let's do this for the sleep command and see what this command is all about. So we can see here, we can choose to make the command sleep either a number of milliseconds or seconds. We'll take one deeper look, and we'll look at the seconds parameter. And what we can see here, we can see a lot of information, but what we are interested in is the position. So it's position 0. This means that everything we specify after the sleep command will go into this parameter. Then the next thing we're going to do, we're going to find out if there's any aliases. An alias in PowerShell is usually a shorthand for an existing command. So we'll take a look if we have a shorter command available. And we can see here that we can also just type sleep. So using the fact that we know that seconds is the first parameter that it will default to if we put any input in it, and we know the alias, we can now shorten this command to just sleep 3. So now it will sleep for 3 seconds. So there we go. So that's our first step. Now I want this script to be able to wake me. So next thing, I'll make it sleep for 3 seconds, and I'll tell it to beep. Not sure if it made any sound for you. But one beep is obviously not enough to wake up when I'm taking a nap, so I'll turn it into a while loop, and I'll just make it beep until I make it stop. And I'm only going to execute this once because it's going to make a lot of noise. And I'll stop this right now. So now we have our script ready. With this piece of code, we can make the script sleep for however long we want, and it will start beeping after the timer reaches 0. So what we can do, if we want to turn this into a script, we can put it in a PS1 file, which is a PowerShell file. And I'll open up the script. So we can see I can just put the code in the script, and we can execute this like this. If we want to execute it, we can now type alarmclock.ps1, and we can execute the code. But writing script files is not really reusable. So what we want to do is we want to turn this simple script into a function. So a function in PowerShell is a piece of code that gets loaded in memory for the duration of the session, and then you can call it whenever you want. So what I'm doing here, I make a function, I call it start alarm clock, and I'll make it do exactly the same thing. I won't be using any of the shorthand anymore. So before I typed sleep 3, but now I turned it in start sleep dash seconds 3. So it's easier to understand for everyone what it is without using an alias. So what I'll do now is I'll select this code, and I will put this into memory. So right now, I can take a look into the functions that I have defined. And I can see here that we now have a function called start alarm clock. We can even go one step further. We can take a look at what is in this function. And we can see the definition of this function has exactly the code that I just showed you. So now, if I would run this command, we will have our function and we can run our code. But we can do this a little bit better, because in this code, it will always have an alarm after 3 seconds. And that's not really reusable, because if you want to make it 60 seconds or 20 minutes, you have to change it. So what we're going to do, we're going to add a parameter. So we do that by putting up a parameter block. We put a variable there called seconds, and I tell this variable to be an integer, because I want it to be a number, because seconds are always numbers, right? And then the rest of the code stays the same. The only difference I make is I'll put the seconds here, and it's automatically filled out with whatever we specify when we run start alarm clock. So if I would run this command, we will now have our own alarm clock in PowerShell. That's easy, right? Everyone still with me? Good. So the next thing is, whenever I'm writing code, I always tend to forget why I wrote it or what it was supposed to do. And I want to say that if I look back at my code 2 years later, I have no idea what I wrote or why I wrote it. But in reality, it's usually about 2 months, then I already have no idea what I made. So in PowerShell, we have something called comment-based help, and we can use that to put together a help file that we can access with get help, and we can provide information for our users, for ourselves, or for our colleagues, or for the PowerShell community if you decide to put your scripts up online. So what I've done here is I've written a small synopsis, and what I'll do, I'll load this function into memory, and I'll use the get help commandlet to get more information, to get the help. And we can see now that we indeed get the synopsis. So now we have a nice help that's available for anyone who wants to use our commandlet. So it's already starting to look like more of a script, more of something that other people could use, instead of just waking me up on a Saturday afternoon. So what I've done with this function is I also put it in a PowerShell script file. Does anyone have any idea what would happen if I would execute this script file? So I'll show you what will happen. I will run this script, and it only executes, and nothing happens. There's no alarm, there's no sound, nothing. So what happens when you define a function in a script file, when you execute that script, it loads the function in memory, but because I'm not calling it anywhere, the script just stops executing and nothing happens. So when we want to load the function in memory, what we can do is we can .source it, and then all the functions that are defined in this script file will be loaded into memory. So if I do that here, so the big difference here is this dot and this space in front of the path of the alarm clock. So the next step is we're going to turn this into a module. So I'll create a folder called alarm clock. I'll copy it into a module file. So a PowerShell module file is called PSM1. And now I'll import this module. So modules are a way to put together multiple functions that you can then import, and you can keep your functions together in a module file. And as you can see, it's quite easy to put together. It's just a different file extension. If you want to take it one step further, we can create a module manifest, which is a document that contains all the information about the module. If we take a look now, we can import this module file. And what we have now is we have our entire module created. We have a definition, and we have the module file that contains the function. So it's PSD1 file and a PSM file. So if you want to get started with modules, there's also a command called find module. And what this does, it goes online to the PowerShellGallery.com, and you can download and install your modules directly from there. And it's not just Microsoft modules that are available, because we have the Azure, we have VMware, even AWS has a PowerShell module. PowerShell is everywhere nowadays, so if you are looking for modules, using the find module commandlet would be the way to go. So next up, the reason I use this script file is because it's written 12 years ago. And what we have here is someone who created, does anyone know the name of this game? The person who shouts it out first? Yep, okay, well you're getting a Space Invaders shirt if you come to the front afterward. So this Space Invaders built in PowerShell. This is 12-year-old code, but it still runs on PowerShell 5, PowerShell 6, so it's completely backwards compatible. And the last one I want to do, because I have 2 minutes left, what I'll do now is I'll use my phone to make a recording. So I have a recording here. I'm going to say, hey PowerShell, play some music. And what I do now is I save this to OneDrive, and I'm going to show you what I'm going to do now. So what I've done, I've recorded a message on my phone, I synced it to OneDrive, And now with PowerShell, I'll send this into Azure to speech recognition services. I'm going to see if it can recognize what I just recorded. Okay? So that's what we're going to do here. I hope the internet is fast enough for this. There we go. So we can see here, it has converted this to plain text. And now we can use this in our code. So I have an if statement here. If this contains PowerShell and music, then it's going to play this. And let's see if it loads in time. There we go. We have a nice little music video. If we had audio, we could actually hear the song as well, but it's not available. So I'll be switching back. So if you have any questions about this, I'm out of time right now. I always say this, no one ever does it. You can reach out to me on Twitter. Any PowerShell question you have, I'll always answer it, because usually people don't really ask me, so maybe you guys will be the first. You can use the hashtag, you can comment on the session on the Microsoft Tech communities. All the code I've been using in this session is already up on GitHub. So it's my name, events, today's date, and Microsoft Ignite. Thank you for your time. The people I promised t-shirts to, come to the front. Tonight at 7 o'clock in the community center, there's a PowerShell meetup with the whole PowerShell team. And they're way more awesome than I am, so definitely swing by there. Thank you.